talk to you as well about Disney. Shares trading up almost 4% after a big day of news, quite frankly, for Disney. Naming Nike's executive chairman Mark Parker as its next chairman of the board. But the big one was overshadowed by a looming proxy battle between activist investor Nelson Peltz and the Magic Kingdom. Allie, what is going on here?
Yeah, and it was really fascinating to see in that release, Disney revealing Mark Parker is our chairman, and also in the same breath, we're going to address this fight with Nelson Peltz. And just to back things up a little bit here, Peltz's Trian fund purchased roughly 9.4 million shares of Disney, valued at approximately $900 million. So they have some skin in the game. Peltz wants a seat on the board, and he's going to now appeal directly to Disney shareholders to win their support for that spot. But Disney made its position incredibly clear. In that press release, they said, quote, while senior leadership of the Walt Disney Company and its board of directors have engaged with Mr. Peltz numerous times over the last few months, the board does not endorse the Trian Group nominee and recommends that shareholders not support its nominee and instead vote for all of the company's nominees. So really not holding back there. And Trian said that it's not looking to push out Bob Iger, but it does want some organizational changes. It wants to cut costs, and it really wants to focus on finding a new CEO of the company. And that's something that Disney has really expressed they want as well.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, though, to see whether or not those arguments, a lack of succession plan, the over-the-top compensation, whether or not that's going to register with investors, because I think that's a big pain point going forward here, and whether or not that is enough really to get investors on their side, on Nelson Peltz's side. In terms of Wall Street's opinion, it's been a little bit mixed, but Rosenblatt was out with the note, which kind of took me by surprise. And they were actually saying that Peltz's push, despite the board's objections, has merit and could help shares. He then went on to say that Disney repeated succession failures with Iger probably argue for a new set of eyes in the boardroom, and potentially that Peltz on the board would probably make Disney investors more confident that these challenges can be addressed well. So we'll see. I think there's a lot of debate about whether or not this is actually going to happen.
Yeah, look, the interview this morning, a lot of touting of his resume, impressive as it may be, Nelson Peltz, but I don't think there's anything at the core of what he's saying that Bob Iger doesn't already want to accomplish.
Exactly.
He knows he messed up the succession plan. He knows he probably overpaid for Fox at $71 billion. The big question, I think, in regard to what he's saying is Hulu. And that's the big question no one can answer. Will they buy it out? January, 24, they have 3/4 and Comcast has 1/4. What do you think is going to happen with Hulu?
That is one of Bob Iger's big questions here. And you've heard mixed feelings on the street. Some say it's imperative that they buy out Comcast's 33% stake. Others say, look, if you shop this around, you could be able to, help your balance sheet out a little bit. And you could probably get a really big price tag for that. It'll be interesting to see what direction Iger takes, because Disney really reiterated its confidence in the decision to bring Iger back in November. And they really want him to set the stage for this next CEO. What that means, how that's accomplished, I think remains to be seen. But we've already seen a lot of little things that Iger has done since stepping back in November. That was not that long ago, to try and set Disney up for this next phase of growth.
We'll see.
Going to be very interesting to see this play out. Allie, thanks so much.